Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Side Divine. This is a reading for air signs. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Now, being that I am a Gemini, I don't know if I'm drawn to read my reading signs. It's interesting. I don't know. But we'll see what data comes out. And we'll see. Let's see what's going on with air signs. Now, naturally, we're going to start with the letters. Collective considerations, that is, for air signs. Ooh. Okay. I hear Incubus. Great group. The song is Nice to Know You. Ooh, there's a blank. There's two blanks? Okay. So, air signs. Might be dealing with ego. Oh no. Okay. Well. I don't know if there. Okay, so we got two blanks. This is okay. So I. This is an interesting one. Air signs. Remember, my readings are not for everybody. It will, if it resonates, it resonates. But I'm guessing if it really and truly resonates, they don't know it. What's going on right now doesn't, I don't know if this applies to whoever's listening or if it applies to someone who's been acting against you. Someone is experiencing insanity because of their ego. This can be someone who's been trying to cause issue, wreak a little havoc in your space. The ones who operate against you, guides and goddesses, angelic justice, angelic justice, or justice for an angel. Someone put energy out toward someone. And there is a response to that. It is beyond, it's, what's a nice way to say that? It's karma based on conflict. This can be, and I don't know why I'm being in this position to talk about these magic things, because this isn't definitely not really the kind of data I want to work with. But let's just say someone was attempting to work some type of magic, illusions, spell casting of any kind towards someone who is not, I don't know a way to say it, like somebody who might not, I don't know, somebody might put some energy out, right? And maybe they don't know what they're doing. Or maybe they tell a lie. I think I've done this reading before. Somebody tells a lie or creates an illusion that causes conflict or confusion for others. Sometimes that energy has a return. It has a cost. There is a fee to that. And there are people who do know how to tap dance around that fee. There are some people who know how to work properly with the energy. And then there are people who don't care and will throw some data out there. And whatever comes back, they just figure it out along the way. I don't know how that works. I don't send confusion to people. I'm naked on the internet, for Christ's sake. Anyways, so let's say somebody was creating confusion in your environment and they didn't have the mental wherewithal to understand how energy works truly. See, because it's not necessarily understood or relayed in books that the basic man can read. They're not. So energy, wishing bad things, creating confusion for others, inevitably has a return. Especially when there's lies around that intention or desire, when there's misunderstandings about how to masterfully create conflict versus just back alley conflict. Back alley spell casting or confusion. Sometimes people can do so much shit that they eventually make themselves crazy or crazier. And it's not really, I don't want to make it a magical thing. I really try to move away from that because that's not, there are people who are great at that. So I don't really feel like I have any, I don't feel like I should be talking about it. I just, okay. But it is a thing, so I really want to get the data out there. So somebody can be doing so much shit they make themselves crazy. Or crazier. They was already a little off. They already had trouble with boundaries and understanding. This can be someone that just wanted to see someone else go through the struggle they went through and just not be happy. Can be somebody who's obsessed and doesn't really want to call it that. And so eventually, because of the targeted focus, they make themselves crazy. And it manifests itself in a myriad of ways. It can be legit chemical imbalance. It can be heightened chemical imbalance with additives like drinking or drugs. It can be enhanced by conflict that is created from their craziness and how the environment reacts to it. And by environment, I mean family, friends, co-workers, the world, just in general, right? And so because other people, like in that situation, like, okay, other people sense the bad energy and they don't stay around. They don't hang out. They don't make friends. They don't make connections. Or they fight, become combative, and they connect poorly with that original bad energy, right? So it's like one confusion finds other sources of confusion or will create them. And then when others realize they've had enough, they move away or they respond poorly. They create conflict. Things are lost. More chaos is gained. More discomfort is gained. More illness is gained. And the person creating the original conflict is so deep in it, they don't see it anymore. They don't understand it. And you might say it might be somebody who then responds and says everyone's against them, or they're angry at the world all the time because they haven't really had any fresh air. They haven't come out of the fog of the chaos. And in order to do that, one has to understand their role, accept their role, want to change that role as the creator of the chaos. In the absence of that, excuse Bear. In the absence of that, in the absence of coming up out of that fog, one can become insane, crazy, maybe even the narcissistic word applies there. Because I think there's enough videos on YouTube that maybe doctors think narcissism is a bad thing. Excuse the barking. Okay, so it's driving Bear insane. Okay. So, in the insanity, someone who's, in the fog enough, they wouldn't see it. Now, just because they can't see it doesn't mean they don't suffer it. And there's the angelic justice. Because it's somebody, the one bringing the chaos is meant to experience the higher self, as we all are. And in the absence of that, one might be making a decision to inflict harm, knowing better, having seen better, experienced better, to still keep going. That doesn't mean you don't have to deal with what comes with that, which can be loss, confusion, insanity. All of the downside of the ego. All right? Okay. We still got these two blanks. So to me, it does feel like someone's mind is split. Somebody is having a split. Guides, goddesses, you might be dealing with someone at this time, or getting ready to deal with someone with a split personality, or someone experiencing a split of personalities. Be aware at this time also of addictive energies. You may be experiencing, okay, wow, somebody's dealing with an addiction. to the end. I sense the split. Somebody is picking up an addiction or hiding one. So be aware of who's around. I don't know if this is parental data. I don't even know. Okay. Sorry for the extra noise. It's cold. I got the door open. Okay. Guides says, I feel like you need to keep your eyes open. Someone around you, this can be very close. Someone around you may be getting addicted to something, whether this is video gaming or drugs. You need to be aware, or alcohol. Someone has an experience. They could go out someplace and someone connects them to something. I keep coming back to this. Bear, stop looking at me like that. You can open the door on your own. Not your maid today. Get down. Go on outside. Sorry about that, guys. I wasn't talking to you. That was not a part of the reading. I keep going back to this. I don't know if these are initials. Okay. Be very aware of the egotistical ones at this time. I just don't know where else to go with this. Sorry it's taking me so long. I'm just like, is this really it? Is this something sensual here? That looks, I don't know if that's somebody's name. If this is your data, yeah, let me know. Okay. Somebody might have been wanting to cause real physical harm, but that didn't work out that way. I don't see anything else. Let's go into the cards. Let's go into the cards. Let's just go hard in the paint right off the top. Now I was drawn to a different deck. What's going on with Gemini's out there? Ooh, journalist. Somebody might be doing something or experiencing a time of recklessness. Someone shows bad energy, bad behavior, bad choices. Someone's bad behavior brought on the tower. And it's getting bigger. Knight of Cups. Oh! Okay, so Gemini's out there. What's going on? Somebody was trying to get you stuck. Get to you, get you stuck, have you for themselves. I don't. Lord. Somebody wanted to get you tied up in a situation. What I just heard was you were the lamb. You were the sacrificial lamb. L-A-M-B. Sorry for the air conditioner, so I'm trying to talk a little louder. So there was an attempt at a seduction. Something or a connection or and there's justice and the Hanged Man. Someone's decision to try to be sneaky, underhanded. Well, that's bringing in a situation. Whoa, that card doesn't belong in there. Nine of Cups. That's weird. This doesn't belong in here. Somebody thinks they're protected, thought they were protected. I'm taking it because it was there. Guide, it says Gemini's. Somebody who tried to, I'm still looking always for the nice words. Somebody who tried to make you the sacrificial lamb in a situation. Well, looks like things are moving. Looks like things are moving. Someone might be suffering. And another might be satisfied. Someone's connection to their gifts going further. They don't get them. This is the card of interference. The cycles are different here. There's a freedom for one, but then the trap of the one bringing forth a vision, tell-eye vision, that they're back there. See this? They're back behind the swords. So there's a cosmic. Here's the universe. Here's the universe. Here's the interference. So, It's not the universe helping someone through the interference, getting over it, like over here, just reach for it. No. The universe was there. The ascension was there. The potential for greatness was there. Now there's that interference. Someone's bad behavior, their addictions create the block, right? I don't know if it's a block. We did get that sensing earlier about them, the fog or the thickness someone would be sitting in. But it's because of their addictions. It's because of an obsession. It's because of someone's attempt to affect someone else's free will, time cycle, to oppress, to hold someone back, to pretend. Someone was very split. Someone's, what's a good word for that? Someone's split self, splitting of the selves, multiplicity of the selves is visible to others. So the game is not really gonna. That's. And the Fool. I understand that the Fool is, speaks of innocence and new starts and journeys and all that stuff, but I don't see this one that way. I see this being guides, goddesses. Somebody might have been expressing themselves in a lot of false ways. Somebody could have been fucking around with your energy, pretending to be you, lying to you. You could have been dealing with false beings. But their output or their experience at this time was to experience the higher self. But because they chose chaos, and if you see from this image, I'm taking this back, from this angle, somebody could very much throw plenty of rocks and then duck back down and hide and cover themselves and still be armed and dangerous. Yet very much addicted to the lie, the hidden elements of self. And because they did not truly understand the energy, the orbit, what goes out if it is unrequited, let's say it's sent in the wrong way. Let's say someone was messing around with you, bullying, getting other people to bully and pick too. Eventually, somebody can go too far and other people can see what is wrong or what is true. And then this brings failure. People understand, oh, wait a minute, somebody might not have a lot of control. They might not be that mature. They might not be walking everyone in the right direction. Others gain wisdom from looking at that. Someone who really is stuck in a certain way of thinking. They can't detach. And it can be a chemical chain. It could be, you know, we talked about the variety of chains. It could be a snake chain, whatever. Wands, I don't know. However it works, it works. Nonetheless, at this time, others might be beginning to see them as insane. They may be manifesting a clear version or a very visible version of the devil. Their addictive nature is seen at this point. The conflict or the connection, the imbalance and instability, it's visible to others. And the chosen cycle of desire. Lord, Gemini, who are y'all dealing with? Judgment. The Eon. This is someone whose behavior didn't get them where they thought they were going to get. Somebody wanted love. Somebody wanted victory in love. Somebody wanted someone to love them and was willing to run fast, hard, and in the wrong direction with secrets, problems with their vision. No healing, no honesty, no fairness, no balance. Wanting something, but not understanding that what they wanted would truly impact the free will of another. And you can't do that without something, especially if it's not wanted. Again, free will. Free will should not be used to roll over others. Right? So you might be dealing with somebody who really thought that they could. Gemini, you're dealing with somebody who, and what I get is can't take no for an answer. Well, they have to pay karma for that. And so, I shall not speak of protections or anything like that, but I will go back to the letters and say, Gemini, you might have somebody who's absolutely losing it. They may not see it because insane, I don't really know if you can really. Is that something that you can really just do? Do the insane know they're insane? I don't think so. Yeah, angelic justice is all I can see. You guys are. So if you're dealing with somebody who's stalker, step out of the energy. Geminis, those of you who have not done such a thing or created confusion, you are within a realm of protection. And so just, no standing in the theater. Okay? Let's see any angel advice to go with that. Someone can unblock themselves if they leave you alone. Gemini, this is why I say step out of the energy. Because whoever is doing bad things and are trying to, they don't like themselves. And any act of malice of any type coming back in your direction, That's what they get within. And there is a divine block. At the point of blockage, they start getting their energy back. See that? Because they would not leave, because they would not be fair, balanced, logical, because they would not do the right thing. What goes within was what was being expressed without. There is a loss of angelic gift. There is a loss of protection. And divine interventions here in reverse. So what's the opposite of the divine? One could say it would be the demonic element of self. One could say that, but that's what's covering what's going within. Again, guides and goddesses, please sit down in the theater. You are not a part of the show if you're on the right side of this. The gift of sight after suffering. Now that's in reverse. So somebody's suffering after sight of a gift. Someone sees the gift, someone sees the goodness in you, sees the higher side, and because they don't choose their higher self, because they still choose the chaos, they choose the blindness too. They have an opportunity for higher self, so much opportunity, but that has to be a choice. This may be somebody who's putting on a fake smile while watching you succeed or be okay. Whatever it was they wanted, it did not happen. So what we get are sudden awareness. The users, the liars, the trash. What they get is stress, worry, experience on the wrong path. Someone is choosing a cycle. Now guides, goddesses, Geminis, if you're choosing a cycle that you are fully aware of is poisonous to you, that is ridiculous. Okay. It must be released. Because someone is being very immature. So make sure that ain't y'all, Geminis. Now, for the others, Gemini, if you're experiencing this and you're on the right side of the situation, your guides are dealing with it, okay? You may sense that through your intuition, okay? So trust that the show is gonna be okay. Sit down in the theater. You're good. Trust the situation. Trust the evolution of self. There was a lesson there. It was learned. And then we can, what is that? Turn the page, right? So trust that your guides are busy. All right. You're going to be okay. Let's check out money for Gemini too while we're sitting here. Well, I would say that's kind of Gemini-esque. I get the energy of focus. Focus. Geminis, you have options in work. Something one of you Geminis does is highly sought after. So if you're considering new work or new ventures at work, it's there. You may not be really considering action towards that. Oh, some of you are going to be getting an offer. Gemini, one of you guys is going to be getting an offer. Oh. Wait for it. Okay, be aware of somebody making an offer for you, or telling you about a company that would like to work with you. Could be something you were wanting, but I think you're not gonna you're not gonna like how they want it done. Like that's gonna be. I think you're gonna have. Oh, yeah, you may have to travel to it. You may have to go further than you want to go, and it's a constant unwant. So okay, you may hear about a job that might be better, or get an offer for work at someplace better, but you're not gonna like the repetition of the journey. So this could be getting to work on time, or being responsible for people who gotta get there on time. I feel like there's something. Okay. So that's boss energy, feels like, or supervisor or something, or watching over people, and then you having to do a lot of, maybe the commute is not something you'd really, like, do I really want to drive 2 hours every day to work? Like, that's nuts. I mean, yeah, the check is double what I'm making, but 2 hours? So be aware of that. Okay. Hold on. All right. Let's move into Libra. Libra, what's going on with Libra? Oh. Ew. Okay. Libra, don't be afraid or bothered to take a break. You can do that. And I don't mean like, okay, if it's break from work, it's break from work, but I'm talking about break from stupid. You might be dealing with idiots. You might be dealing with people who are just not. Dude. I heard need counseling. This feels like connections. This might be somebody you rejected in the past. Why do you care about this, Libra? Be aware of somebody trying to get in your space. They're mental. But you know this already. You might be dealing with somebody who is a very piss poor communicator. Something about the way they interacted with you the last time, you've been over it. Like legit. Some of you have made a decision for the year that you're not even, okay. Somebody might have made a decision for the rest of the year, or that's your New Year's resolution, that you're not going to interact with that type of energy. Like we all have a list of things you're going to do. It was the New Year's resolution list. Some of Libra, one of y'all might have added a person to that list? Okay. Libra, you might see somebody's stupidity. I don't have a better word. Somebody's foolishness or ill behavior towards you. It also feels like the energy of being tired of explaining yourself repeatedly. I don't know if this is to a child or to a whole ass adult. Shit. I get the energy of you pulling back on somebody, or like you're tired of explaining yourself. Okay, Libra. I don't know why I hear 6, but you might have someone from the past coming back. This is somebody that was crazy before. You had to push them away before, or not talk to them before. I get the energy of somebody who has trouble taking no for an answer, or they're coming back through. Ain't shit changed. And good Lord. Libra, be aware of old ass furniture coming back. Bad furniture. They're lost. And they're addicted. Okay, what the heck do they want? Because there's a lesson there. Let's get to that. Oh, well, okay, I guess that was a goofy question. So they're coming back playing games. And they're coming back in a cowardly way. Is it because they don't want to be honest about what confusion they've created? Or how cruel they were? Or how you were correct not to trust them? Somebody doesn't, okay, so if you have somebody coming back into your space, they don't want to talk about the lies. Okay? So don't be bringing up the stuff that they did. Because they don't want to talk about it. Okay? So don't be trying to take nobody on no journey of truth, Libra. Because they don't want to think about it. Okay? Now, Libra, should you choose to be quiet about that, right? Understand it is the calm before the storm as usual. Nothing's changed. You may be dealing with someone of Cancer energy. You may be expressing Cancer energy towards that person because that's just your nature. Yeah. You might be emotional towards that person. Nonetheless, your intuitive gifts are there. Don't forget that data. And I don't think you will, because it's the bad ego. And that's visible. It's visible because they come in the greedy mode. They come in wanting to see if you want to go on another cycle. I mean, I don't know how much more we need to match that up. They just want to see if they still got it. And are you still addicted? Insane in the brain. It's more than a Cypress Hill song, I tell you. Oh, God. Okay, I'm done. Leave. Use your strength because you have it. But this is mental strength. This isn't necessarily physical strength. Unless you need to run down a dark alley or something. Which, yeah. Anyways, this is mental strength. And you have that. So take time for yourself. Be aware of your successes and your gains. And maybe, recognize who the star is. It's yeah. Recognize the ill intention in others. It's them. And do you want another time cycle with that BS after all you've accomplished? Okay. Libra, you might know all about your intuitive gifts. One of those intuitive gifts is loyalty. But you cannot be truly loyal if you are not loyal to self somewhere in that equation. So being cautious, being careful of yourself and your energy and your gifts. Your connection to self, to source. Your ability to be friendly and not snap, crackle, and pop a motherfucker. Those are part of your intuitive sensitivities, right? And you have to protect that. It's part of your divine vision. And so you must avoid other people's karma. That's on, they be choosing all that. Literally, we have split down the middle. 8s. 2 and 2, we get 4. So it's too much. It's like being around other people who are pretending to be 12 other people because they don't know themselves. So all everybody experiences is the confusion and chaos. And so all you have to decide is, do you want to be a part of the shit show or not? And you don't. So please have a seat in the theater. Unless you got to go get some snacks. If you're going to get some snacks, I'll take a bag of Skittles, please. And that is me being self-centered right there. But you need to choose that, Libra. Don't forget that. It is about you. But you have options, and so do they. So at this time, it is the self versus the false. And who's in the center? Who's in the center? It's you. You're aware. And you know you're dealing with energies that maybe aren't as aware. And so they lie. They battle themselves. They're thirsty. They haven't taken the test. So in the absence of the test, there can only be illusion, lust, ideas of grandeur, abusive tendencies. Always the lie. And that is the mirror of self. So they got a glance at perfection when they looked at you, Libra. Okay? Now, I don't know what happened to the mirror after that. But it became very one-sided. And they don't see themselves properly anymore. So excuse me. Go for your balance. Some of you Libras need to just avoid the old data returning. Avoid the illusions. You see them. You don't need to talk about it. Just sit down. You don't need to talk about it. Just sit down. We know they're bad actors. Just sit down. Just, come on. And at this time, some of your balance Your learning, your higher self, includes being able to better recognize those who are on the other side of your balance, your gift, your grace. Bear, stop. So we see this. We have finding balance, achieving balance, mastering it within the chaos. And that's beautiful. All right, let's move on to Aquarius. Aquarius, my first sense, I hear an Aerosmith song. Might be dealing with somebody who's looks one way but isn't. If this is about love, passions, you might be dealing with somebody who's in that first, well, I don't know what phase it is, what part of it is, but there's a narcissism, right? And they love bomb you, and then they start giving you smaller bits, and then there's what feels like, my first sense was like bad energy, like somebody who only comes across as a user. Somebody who had a bad intention all along. Ew. Somebody may be blocking somebody, talking trash. I don't like that either. But I get the energy of somebody like being really manipulative. Somebody could be lying about where they're going or coming towards you. Oh, who sings that song? You're a heartbreaker, dream maker, love taker. Don't you mess around with me. Is that Joan Jett? Is it Joan Jett? I think. Or is it Pat Benatar? Oh my God. I'm going to stop because I probably sound nuts. Okay. So be aware, Aquarius, if somebody's selling you a dream, aka shit on a shingle, aka shit on a stick. Not coming together. Somebody is telling you a lie about a connection. Aquarius. The intention is to waste time. The intention is to create heartbreak, make you choose, or give you heartbreak. Not getting what you want. Aquarius. You may have someone around who, I don't have a better way to say it, they may get off on trying to fuck with your self-esteem. That's how they feel wanted. By digging in, getting you to believe, and then behaving in a way that makes no sense. to get control. Listen, I'm getting upset. Guides and guidance says, Aquarius, if this is your data and you're dealing with this, I'm feeling a little chaos towards this. Like, if you're experiencing this, like the love bombing and the fake promises, or you feel like somebody's going to be fake promising a connection with you, I would lab coat this data. I would put on the lab coat and I would test this data. You need to test this, whether you can trust this. Because somebody is promising some type of connection. Could be someone at a distance from you. Promising something's going to grow into something. Taking advantage of your trust. But it's chaos. And lab coat this data. Let's see one alternative timeline of lab testing that data. Just in case you might be like, well, bitch, what you mean testing? Okay. Sorry for the potty language. I could blame other people, but sorry. Let's see, what's a way to lab coat? I think we need pictures. Better pictures than my drawings. Give us a method, testing method. I'm trying. Yeah, okay. I was not laughing, I was simply clearing my throat. Now, Aquarius, if you were looking for some type of method, I don't know if this means anything to you, but we have defeat. We have the therapist. And I did say we were looking at pictures. Okay? Pictures, not necessarily the meaning of the card. So let me move these. Okay, I'm sorry. Wrong direction. So we have a game. A game looks like it leads to a conversation or a game of conversation. We have the sweet elements here. So this could be direction, conversation about direction. It is a game, nonetheless. And it looks like a game to get somebody in a certain position. I now see something I did not see in the card before, a star. Star can be time, 8. We have 8 over here in interference. And then we get 3, feels like outside interference or connections with the others, but it does, by visuals, look like an invitation. An invitation to move forward, come forward, go forward. It's like, I get the sense of giving someone a test. A test that is based on time. Something that makes them have to act quickly. Someone has to act out of passion. Something that would interfere with their game or time or the vision they're trying to push forward. I hope this is helpful, Aquarius. I feel like it's like, ooh, okay, is this? Somebody needs to be given a vision, like emergency, I need you to come over here and help change a light bulb. And if they care enough, they might do it, or maybe they don't. Okay. And it feels like awareness and release. It feels like getting a clear picture of the situation, seeing the imbalance, seeing how somebody truly feels. Little lab coat data. I'm not saying do anything bad to anybody, but, you know, testing the water, seeing where someone's head is at. And then the sun. And what do we get with the sun? Awareness. There's a shadow person back there, and then there's the innocent one in front. So it feels to me like getting clarity to move forward with or away towards. Like the direction, the path becomes clearer because what is set in stone is seen, and what is abundant and can grow is clearer. The path is clearer. And wow, Queen of Swords. Someone may not like the testing. They may be bitter about it. But that's because they don't comprehend the complexities of the mind. But you will. And you'll move forward, Aquarius. So it does feel a little bit like a time of lab coat awareness. Let's see what the money's looking like. For Aquarius, so you may have a problem or not like the way things are going with money. May not like the way the current work situation is making you feel. Feel like someone's craving some changes. It's in the mind, very much so. Very much so. Somebody's ready for a new start or just lost a job. Weird message. Very weird message. Somebody's having some major changes involving work. But I also heard, be careful who's crushing your dreams. Be careful who's impressing things upon you based on their greed. Like this is like making career choices based on the greed of people around you. Like somebody who feels like, okay, I'm a little bit hungry, so go with me on this. You work at In-N-Out Burgers, and they pay good enough. Why would you want to stop doing that and go to school to be a doctor? That's ridiculous. Be careful who's crushing your dreams of bettering yourself. Interesting. So you might be waiting for something better. But this is in the head. So, what's coming? If you keep thinking about it, the universe is going to give you a push. Okay? You may be getting pushed into a situation that does solve things for you. But don't sit in stress for too long, because you're delaying yourself. And you might be turning yourself a little bit hateful. Ooh, a lot of energy. Now, hopefully, Aquarius, this ain't you. Hopefully, this is just a friend going through this, and you might need to, tell them that they're looking a little sour. And that's not good. So someone has to decide what you truly want, Aquarius. Because what you have, or what is around you, you may not be enjoying. It may not be healthy for you. And planning for money isn't doing it. Somebody needs to quit waiting. It is blocking your rewards. It is blocking your rewards. Hold on. I just got the energy of somebody like putting the weight of someone. I get weight on my shoulders right now. Like, okay, someone has the world on their shoulders and there's greatness to be achieved within the self or experienced. But it feels like somebody making someone feel bad about going for their dreams or their dream career. Yeah, okay. Be aware of not letting other people impress upon you that only you are experiencing this lifetime. That's a fact. Nobody is experiencing your life but you. So be aware of others who have the ability to mentally drill into your psyche. Because somebody took over their beliefs. Somebody took over their beliefs or took over their ability to experience the other self, the other timeline. They didn't get that opportunity. Maybe their soul is aware of it. And so they impress upon you the energy of repetition. Because they don't know. I feel drained from this. For whatever it's worth, that was a sound of a trash can being taken out. So maybe somebody needs to throw away old ideologies or accept them as trash. I don't know if that needs to be said. Remember your grace. But you be aware of taking old wisdom from energies who really don't know all of themselves the way you know the self. Right. Some of you are dealing with energies who haven't really seen the future ever. You have. And so there's ideologies and energies to protect yourself from, because you might be surrounded by lost angels. Excuse me. Energy's releasing. Some of those lost angels are enemies, secretly undercover. And their soul can sense your awareness of source. And that's a very bright light in a dark room. Okay? So it makes you realize the thoughtlessness of the others. There's that friend zone more than once. Lord, I'm done. I know that wasn't 100% about work, but finance is value, and that should include value of self too. Right. So it's time to say goodbye to certain sacred text, certain sacred wisdoms. You know which ones do not apply to your existence, to your awareness. All that you focus on is the experience. All that you focus on becomes the experience. All that we have in this realm is the experience. So you can experience other people's data, or you can experience your own. There's that. Because Lord, you know about the other tools, you know the other data. They don't. So, those of you who are suffering the minds, the slings and orbits of old, recycled energy. Those who think you should be doing this instead of that, even though it's your experience and not theirs. And you guys both have free will, and they chose that, and you should choose this. Whatever. Listen. Stay creative. Aquarius, you might have a creative gift that is a part of your, your angel gift here. You have something creative that you do. So whenever you are bothered by that old energy, you do need to be actively working on your creative gifts. If you draw, if you make music, whatever you do, whenever you have to encounter those old, whenever you have to deal with the old script, you gotta upgrade, or you have to let the old script know that it is incompatible with the upgraded version of self. Was that computer enough? Right. So change has to happen. And the group can see it, but I don't know if they all are going to be able to go upgrade their system. That maybe the software is upgraded on the next time. Okay? So there may be some people's energies you are aware of, but protect your energies so that you're not operating on old data. And so some changes have to happen. You have to become aware of their lessons, what it caused them, what did they learn. Doesn't mean you got to argue with them, right? You have to understand where you lose in interacting with them, where you win. What have you learned? What's confusing? What makes sense? And then you upgrade the code. That's how you upgrade the code, right? So, you got this. For shizzle, my nizzle. So, I hope that was helpful. I don't know why I feel like I need to pull one more for you. Aquarius. Hold on. Nope, feels like continuation. Okay. Your money's tied to your gifts, Aquarius. So be very careful of those coming through who have something to say, who are too close. They're fake. They want to control. They don't have the strength. People with emotional issues. Lord. There's just... if you're a creator, Aquarius, if you create things, take a break on asking people close to you what they think about your creations. That was a side message. Okay. Don't ask people very close to you what they think about your art at this time. Period. Shut the fuck up. Let me pull some cards on why. I'm sorry to curse at you like that. Sorry. Shut up. Ah, okay. So it's the way someone sees you. Someone wants to stop. Okay, be careful who you take advice from. They don't want you. They don't want the world to see you. So they may create a block or alter time for you. I don't mean like on no magic stuff, but like stall you out. And this can come from somebody trying to put their ideas in something. So let's say I colored in, let's say I can draw really well. And I made a Hello Kitty poster, right? It's all cool. But then I asked someone who secretly hates me, what did they think of the poster? What do you think of this drawing? And they say that is the ugliest Hello Kitty poster I've ever seen. Take Hello Kitty's head off, put the head over there. It doesn't even look like that. The arms are broken over here, and they're not even attached. Why would you draw it like that? And instead of saying, oh, that's great, I get all that extra data that might make me go back and draw it again. I've wasted time. Now I'm drawing something that is based on someone else's harmful matter. You dig? And what they're truly getting out of it is power. Fucking with your focus. Fucking with your soul. And they're being ruthless. So, things that you want a pat on the back for, or acknowledgement that it comes from a place of your mind, your heart, your creative elements of self, even if it's just moving the furniture around. Let's just say you rearranged the living room and you put the sofa over there. Don't ask. Just don't. Not because you're being mean about it, but just don't. Don't ask. Just do you. Period. Just do you. And if the others notice, great. And if they don't notice, you will be noticing. Yeah, remember, this might be some insane ego issues, right? Yeah. So there's that. All right, I hope this was of use, of entertainment. However, if it was of use, that's great. If it was just entertaining, that's also great. Whatever the case, I do hope you enjoyed it. And we'll see what messages come out in the future readings. If you like the reading, though, like, comment, subscribe, or don't. I'll see you next time, and remember, you are well. Goodbye.